Previously on Tales of Arise, the party met Hevrekh 35, a red woman / Helgen Quill who accidentally escaped from the Great Spirit of Rena's influence. Hevrekh and the crew did a huge info dump about how the Great Spirit used Helgen Quills and how the Helgen Quills re-engineered Dahnan mages into Renans. Despite Hevrekh's misgivings, the party proposed a plan to steal the Great Spirit into the Rena's Alma in order to end its threat to Dahna once and for all. My lord, you received a notice from Nodio. It says the wedding is to be held at Saxleo Temple. Excellent, thank you for letting me know. At last, it seems that the big wedding is upon us. I can think ill of a happier occasion than this.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited for them. Start quest or future. Let me guess, the giant Dougal's gonna crash the wedding and I have to kill it.
Saxleo Temple. Isn't that where Shionne was being held?
Shh. Wasn't it beautiful? I can't wait for this.
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but you sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, you know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew!
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Hey, Shionne. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Shionne, but that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Dahnan are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the? An ambush?
Sorry. Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zugel?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zugel or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard!
Lord Dohalim, thank you for coming. Dohalim, you're here. Great, let's get right to business. Everyone's waiting for you to speak.
Oh.
My, this is quite the gathering you all have assembled. All the more reason to make sure I don't disappoint. Thank you all for coming. Today I wish to forego the usual formalities and ask for your blessings on this most auspicious day. I first met Sir Nodio when his soon-to-be wife Kagari... And soon-to-be wife Kagari when...
Just great.
This is gonna take a while. Now then, a toast to the loving couple's eternal happiness, as well as peace and prosperity between Dahna and Renan.
Cheers!
Cheers, everyone!
Cheers!
Alright, time for a big bouquet toss. You know, Shionne, I heard if you can't catch a bouquet at the wedding, you'll always be single and alone.
What?
Wait, really? Hiya! Ah! Yay! Aw.
Nice try, you two. Better luck next time.
Never. Why?
Wait, something's wrong.
I couldn't.
Oh no, she's gonna... Thorns?
I'll always be alone. How could I? Oh, please. I'm so lonely.
Oh no. This is just like what happened before. Alphen!
I'm alone. I'm all alone.
What can I do to get her to snap out of it? There aren't any thorns this time. Oh, I've got it!
Alphen?
Shionne, you're not alone. You've got all of us. And it wasn't just one bouquet either.
Besides, there will be plenty more bouquets to catch.
There's also this one from me.
What?
So please, don't give up.
You hear me?
We'll fight this together.
We're not going anywhere, so stay strong, Shionne.
You dummy!
You don't...
Not what I was upset about. How many times do I need to tell you not to blindly rush into things?
I told you a million times, quit acting so stupid.
That said, it does make me feel better.
But I won't lie, it did make me feel better. What's with the mismatch between the dialogue and the lines here? Are you just reusing generic lines in order to... previous lines in order to save on cost? Is this what's going on?
Even if your bouquet is just a weapon named after one.
I'm just glad I could help. And I made another one to go with it, so it wouldn't be lonely either.
You never cease to amaze me, Alphen. Seriously.
Harita's bouquet is... what are the stats? Wedding cake cutter... Transcendent Matchmaker.
Feeling better now, Shionne?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that.
Don't worry. It's not like I have any room for criticism.
Being a grown-up isn't easy, is it?
What's that, man? It's actually stronger. The heck? Wait, I thought it'd be a joke weapon, but no, it seems like the sword part itself is actually real. Maybe. It's a ceremonial blade, but has such high stats, stronger than the supposed plot device blade. Huh. That was quite a way to get an equipment upgrade. That owl looks like Volron.
Who?
Trident.
Who?
Anti-collector. Increased critical damage.
What do you all say to taking the path less trodden for once?
Path? I don't see any path.
Do you mean that thing that looks like an animal trail? Path may be a generous term. I'm assuming you know where it leads?
My gut says to a bridge.
Hoodle says your gut's wrong.
Really? Well, it is definitely in the right general direction.
Not that main roads are necessarily danger-free, but he does have an uncanny knack for insisting on some strange and unique routes.
Alphen always did like a challenge. Can't say I appreciate some of the more daredevil ways he's taken us, though.
Like the landslide he insisted was a shortcut before disappearing off the edge? Nearly gave me a heart attack.
I'll say, yet the intrepid explorer looked as happy as a pig in muck.
Probably best we stick to doing our own orienteering in the future.
Hey, so what about this route then?
Maybe if we pretend we can't hear him.
Don't you think the path forward is fraught enough without making extra problems for ourselves? Maybe best to reel it back.
Good point. I say we stick to the main track like regular travelers for once.
Guys? I will break down this wall!
Yes.
Remind me, you two were both born in this current generation of Renans, correct? That would put 100 years between us, which would make me akin to an ancestor to your generation. As such, I have an opportunity for you to demonstrate the respect due to elders like me. Perhaps I'm reading into the things too much, but is such respect truly merited in this instance? I couldn't tell you one way or another, but it seems like he needs help with something. Just listen to what I have to say right now. You see.
Excuse me!
Hold on, I can't let you go any further. I had a feeling this was going to happen. You always try to beat me to the punch with these things. I'm surprised to hear you object. I thought you understood that sometimes the quest for knowledge requires that we get our hands dirty. That's exactly why I can't simply stand here and let you do this. I could be losing out on a valuable opportunity. Let's make it fair, shall we? We'll both give them a request. Works for me. I have no objections. My head is starting to hurt trying to follow these two. They must be pretty strong if even you admit that. I don't know what you two want from us, but don't expect us to agree to anything.
Hey.
What's that? Are you simply going to walk past an elderly person who's in distress? I didn't think the generation gap had gotten so wide that young people forgot their manners. How unfortunate.
Really now?
Alright, we'll hear you two out, but one matter at a time. We're busy people ourselves with our own matters to attend to. Fair enough, in that case, I can wait. You can go first. Thank you. Now, as I was about to say before, I'd like for you to go down to the surface of Renan and track down a certain experimental Zeugal subject of mine. It's a spaled specimen. I ejected it from Daeq Faezol, thinking that would dispose of it, but it seems to have survived the trip in space.
What?
You threw it out into space? That's so cruel. And you wish for us to finish the job, I gather. That's partly what I need you to do. More importantly, I need to collect tissue from said Zeugal. I never would have predicted it would arrive on Renan alive and well. It merits further scientific investigation. Why not simply go there yourself? Then you could research the creature to your heart's content. Proper studies aren't my area of expertise. From what I gather, you people are better equipped for such strenuous work than I'll ever be.
I see.
I thought I was being mindful of how I presented myself, but apparently not. Sounds like someone's a little lazy than me. We'll handle it.
Agreed.
I have very mixed feelings, but I won't make any firm promises on where we shall deliver, but if that works out for you, we'll look into it.
Very nice.
I'm pleased to see my predictions about you weren't unfounded. In that case, go on and get to work. The rest of my research is being held up by this, so the sooner you finish this, the better. I should also mention, the Zeugal in question is a 6-armed giant. It's an extremely violent specimen, so be careful when dealing with it. We already fought something like that before.
Dohalim, the line of researchers is getting longer.
Perhaps I should have put more thought into this before accepting.
Why are you staring at me?
I could ask the same thing.
So this is how the Sovereign and Maiden are supposed to look. You two go great together.
Law, come stand between us.
Oh, sure. You want me to put something white on as well?
Of course she doesn't.
Take a closer look, Shionne. It's a miracle.
What are you talking about?
This outfit, it's already got blue accents on it.
So I see.
I love how much amazing food we get to eat even when we're out on the road.
Me too, especially compared to what I used to have when I was still a slave. This is paradise.
It's amazing what good food can do to keep your hopes up. Nagal used to say all the time that the power of food is subtle, yet profound.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? For whatever reason, I find I don't worry nearly as much when I've got a full stomach helping me out.
That's why you shouldn't be such a picky eater.
Huh?
She's right. You always leave food that you don't like on your plate when you're done.
Come on, what's the big deal?
Back in the day, I couldn't think about leaving any food. It was such a waste not to eat at all. You needed every last scrap of energy.
Exactly. Even when my brother and I didn't have much to eat, we all did what we could to make it taste good and enjoy what we had.
That definitely explains a lot about why you cook the way you do, Kisara.
Dohalim, I bet you don't know what any of that's like. You must be used to food being handed to you on a silver platter.
Sometimes it was gold.
You didn't shy away from that at all.
Although, there was one experience that does come to mind.
Oh?
When I first learned that the food I ate originally came from animals and fish, I was rather taken aback.
You just ate whatever was in front of you without even thinking about it?
That's a silver-spooned elite for you.
Your cooking has really improved, Shionne.
It's because of you that I understand what makes it so fun. I'm glad everyone seems to enjoy what I make too.
I've noticed a disturbing trend that after it's your turn to cook, our ingredients tend to run really low. What's up with that?
That is a good point, Law. There's a weird difference between the amount of ingredients she prepares and how much food actually gets served. Curious. Very curious indeed.
I don't know. Isn't it pretty normal for veggies to shrink a little when you fry them up?
Or maybe she eats all the bad batches herself so we won't notice.
Come on, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Then how would you explain the difference?
Ahem. I have a theory that I wish to propose.
What is it?
As we all know, Shionne here can have quite the appetite. I imagine she often taste tests her own food as she prepares it. By my eye, it would appear that her footprints are leaving deeper impressions as of late. Far be it from me to level such an accusation, but the facts lead me to conclude that...
She's been snacking while she cooks.
And yet, she still looks so slender in her clothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of envious actually.
Wait a sec, are you guys trying to say she's...
I'm what?
Nothing?
Nothing.
Hey, Alphen, why do you like spicy food so much anyway?
You know, I haven't thought about that before. Maybe because when I couldn't feel pain, it gave me that kick I was craving.
But now that you can feel pain again, wouldn't your tastes have changed?
Did you like spicy food when you were younger?
Not as much as I do now. At some point, it just became something almost like an addiction, I guess.
I can most certainly relate. Once you've had your fill of ordinary food, you cannot help but seek out more unusual fare.
I don't think that's got anything to do with Alphen's tastes. Although I won't deny that you definitely have a thing for exotic food. The stranger the better.
I just wish I could have gotten you into sweets like me, Alphen.
I like food that's dense and keeps you feeling full myself. It helps you last longer when you're on the move.
We all know you're a quantity over quality kind of...
What was that?
Nothing. I lost my train of thought.
You know, I've also noticed Shionne's not really into the same kind of food most Renans are. Could be it's got something to do with the way she grew up.
That's so me. Even when I was little, I was all about food that gives me strength. All meat, all the time.
And I guess Kisara is so good at cooking fish because she can catch them herself.
I'm only good with fish because it used to be the easiest thing to get. When you work with something long enough, it comes naturally to you.
I like fish just fine, but what I really like about your cooking is how it tastes homemade. It reminds me of what my mom used to make.
Really? You know, I used to cook a lot of meals for younger kids, and they said the same thing.
When you get down to it, I guess the things a person cooks and the foods they like say a lot about the way they've lived.
Rinwall make a parfait. Reduce effect but boost duration.
Good food is the best kind of magic. Hoodle, no, that's mine.
Never thought I'd see you fighting Hoodle over food of all things. Normally you share everything you have with him.
Yeah, but this is a fancy parfait. Every girl dreams of having one of these.
Is it really that big of a deal?
Please don't bring me into this.
It's always nice to eat something that fulfilling.
I can't believe I actually get to have it all for myself. Every little bite makes me so happy.
But isn't that parfait gonna cost you quite a lot more than your regular ice cream choice?
That's all the more reason for me to enjoy it. Everyone knows it takes lots and lots of sweets to stay full of energy.
Everybody, a cream monster has devoured Rinwell.
At times such as these, it would be best to just let her do as she wishes.
Yeah, definitely.
Dohalim's right. If someone's trying to enjoy their favorite food, just leave them to it and don't bother them.
Yep, can't argue with that.
I don't get women.
So good.
I'll prioritize Dohalim since he's in the party more than the others.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while?
Would you perchance be interested in going on a walk together?
Why? You're not on guard duty for another few hours.
Which is why I want to walk. To hear the music in these parts.
Music? Where are you going to find musicians all the way out here?
There's more to music than what people play. It's in the grass, fluttering in the wind, the leaves in the trees, and the songs of birds and insects. Once you open your ears, you'll find that music is truly everywhere in this world.
What sounds like music depends on who's listening, huh? It's an interesting idea, but I think it might be a little too difficult for me. Speaking of music, whatever happened to your instruments? You used to be a musician, didn't you?
Those are well out of my reach at this point. That aside, I don't feel that I yet have the right to play any of them again. You could say that it is in part my way of atoning for that which I have failed to do over the years.
Meaning that you haven't completely given up on making things right.
Do you think me a fool stuck in the past?
Not at all. In fact, far from it. You sound like you're still holding out hope for a brighter future. Picture yourself being able to play your music again. Doesn't that motivate you to keep going even when things get tough?
I see what you mean. I didn't realize that drive still lingered within me. The darkness in one's heart is sure to manifest in their music. However, I promise you that one day, when that darkness has finally lifted, I shall let you hear me perform.
Well, now that you've said it, you're gonna have to follow through. I look forward to hearing you play.
Closer to Dohalim.
Suppose we should call it a day.
I never realized before just how hot this place is. It's like being inside a fire.
You're only just noticing? Ah, yes, forgive me. The whole lack of sensory feedback situation.
That's the one. It's hard to believe I once worked in this soup, let alone helped spearhead a revolution.
And all with the mask concealing your face. It must have been very grimy beneath that.
Back then, we had our plates full enough dealing with constant abuse from our Renan overlords. It never occurred to me the air itself was oppressive in its own way. My head's spinning just with the effort it takes to walk.
I think that's called heat stroke. You might want to take a sip of water.
You mean that water that's been festering under the sun for days? I wouldn't chance it without boiling it first.
Oh, I know. I'll go to the dock and fetch us some clean water.
Water alone won't suffice. He'll need to ensure his sodium levels are replenished as well.
In that case, let's see if we can rustle up some rock salt. Alphen, you go cool off in the shade for a while. Shionne, stay and keep an eye on him.
And then there were two.
Bit of an overreaction, but it's still kind of them.
Maybe it's not the time, but this place brings back memories.
I know what you mean. We're back where it all started.
You don't ever... regret meeting me sometimes. Do you?
Are you kidding? You started all of this. Bringing down the wall, retrieving my sense of self. I have no regrets.
Welcome back, Law.
Oh, hi, Alphen.
Hey.
Hey, Cole, what's up? You don't look too hot, kid. I'm really hungry. Even with the Renan gone, there's still not enough food to go around. That's not good. Is there no way to bring some in from outside Calaglia?
Yes.
We have been. Thanks to your hard work, we've managed to establish trade routes and have a little food coming in. But our places are not very well off either, so there's only so much we can broker between realms. Especially since this realm is nothing but rocks and sand for the most part.
Just great.
That's sad. I wish something more could be done. There's still hope. I heard there's a merchant from Sicilia who's visiting Glanymede Castle.
How's
We
this?
might talk to him for us?
Got it.
Sure, we'll see what he has to say.
Hey.
In the meantime, here, have the spread.
Yay!
Wow, thanks. Where'd you get it? Shionne always comes prepared like that.
All right.
Anyway, let's make our way to Glanymede Castle. There's still hope. I heard there's a merchant from Sicilia who's visiting Glanymede.
How's this?
Gordano? Erg.
Hey.
Well, if it's our foodie friend, this time you're in Calaglia, eh? Alphen, finally, I've been waiting for you to show up.
Hey!
Oh, so you'll talk to him, but not me. Great.
Yes!
That's because I can tell your palate is no good. What's up, Gordano? Find another recipe? Quite the opposite, actually. I can't find anything here. There aren't any fine delicacies here in Calaglia.
Right.
Yeah, now you mention it, I can't think of anything like that either. I wanted to take something with me, but at this rate, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Sure.
If you can't find anything, why not just fix something yourself instead? What? There's still stuff to eat in these parts. Just whip up something good with what you can find yourself. That's kind of what cooking is all about, isn't it? I figured you of all people would know that.
I don't believe that.
Oh, you've got guts thinking you can lecture me about food, young lady. You're absolutely right. Not only am I a fine connoisseur of food, I'm also a chef par excellence.
Ah!
Why should I learn as I put all my years of culinary experience to good use to produce the finest dish this land has ever seen? I'm not sure he made anything else by himself.
Okay!
Oh yeah, if you're so confident, I'd definitely like to take some home with me.
Great.
Let me help. This concerns Calaglia, so it feels personal to me. Gladly. In that case, can you gather some ingredients for me? Say, some wheat and eggs? We have what you need.
Good.
Actually, we got what you need already.
Nice work.
Great, now I can get to work.
Ah!
With these ingredients and all my knowledge and insight, this is sure to turn out exquisitely. All done.
But this is...
What is this? Some kind of fried bread? Let's give it a taste.
Wow.
Well, this is good. You sure put those ingredients to good use. I'll give him credit there, but doesn't the inside still taste a little doughy to you? Yeah, plus there's nothing special about just plain old fried bread. I mean, with my skills, it looks like I have more work to do. Fried bread that's still doughy. Wait, I've got it! How about these? Are they supposed to be rings? Donuts?
Yes!
Yes, I was inspired by these castles' architecture. I call them Glanymede donuts. Okay, I'll try one.
Oh.
Oh, no, this is good. I can't get enough of this crispy texture.
Amazing!
Yeah, it tastes great. I'm in heaven. I had no idea you could make anything like this in Calaglia. I like it. It's got a unique look, too. I can work with this.
Nice work.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear my hard work paid off. Hey, waiting about selling these things. I'll bring a whole bunch back to Sicilia. They'll be a hit. Maybe I should. You know, I finally realized something after fixing these donuts for you all.
Very nice.
Cooking has the power to make people smile, and I want to spread that sensation far and wide. You've got yourself a deal. There's no finer delicacy than the joy in your heart that comes from a good meal. That's what being a gourmand is truly about. I know exactly what you mean. I'll teach you the recipe for these donuts. It's the least I can do to repay you for all your help.
Thanks.
Thanks, Gordano.
Yes!
Let me ask you one more thing before you go. How did my donuts actually taste? How do they taste? Well, absolutely exquisite. With that, my culinary quest has finally come to an end. Glanymede donut recipe. Okay. Hopefully these donuts will bring a lot of smiles to whomever eats them.
Okay!
Well, I'm going to have to tell the merchants in other realms about all about these donuts. Alphen, you're back.
Hey.
Yeah, I brought some food with me. Help yourselves. What is this, some kind of treat?
Yes.
Well, don't mind if I do.
Oh.
Well, this is fantastic. Yay! Yeah, this is so yummy. Where do you get these? A friend of ours has been making them over in Glanymede Castle using ingredients from around here.
What?
Really? You can make food this tasty here in Calaglia? The merchant from Cecilia like them too. I think the trade between our realms is going to pick up thanks to these.
Yeah!
Yeah, we can sell food this good anywhere, but you'll need to come up with other recipes, I think. This is great. It's so cool to know we can make stuff like this here.
Yes.
Guess I'll have to stop complaining so much now.
Yeah!
I'm gonna see what other awesome stuff I can make here in Calaglia too. That way I can pay you back for that bread you gave me before, miss. I can't wait to see what you make. Thork uniform. Glutton's Code. Is that an artifact?
We avoided getting roasted in that ring. But what we could really use is something to cap this off.
Sure. Got any ideas on what would be good?
Mabo curry. Fried bread stuffed with curry.
You'd probably buy out the whole stock.
Eggs. So the chickens finally laid the eggs? What? You didn't notice the eggs there? Weird. I thought our dialogue would have changed because the eggs appeared.
Yeah.
Hey, seems like you folks are staying pretty busy. Oh.
Hey.
You can say that again. You seem to be in high spirits yourself, Grenar. I try. I like to think I'm good at staying positive, if nothing else. After all, with everyone so scared right now, it's important for you guys like us to stand tall and keep hope alive, you know? You said it. What's got you all down in the dumps? Me, I'm fine, I guess. Well, you don't sound like it to me. If Zephyr saw you like that, he'd be none too pleased. Grenar, cut him some slack. What'd I say? Oh, yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, just remember that Nate said he has a favor to ask you guys. He does? What is it? You should just talk to him yourselves. Tell him I sent you. See you later.
Just great.
Oh, he scurried off in a rush. The stuff is up here. I mean, your dad. Still weighing in your mind, huh?
I guess.
I've known every Crimson Crow since I was in diapers, so I know better than anyone just how much they revered him. It's not like anyone's pointing fingers at me, but it's hard to stop imagining that they don't hate me somehow. Do you want to wait here while we talk to Nate?
Thanks.
No, come along. Not like waiting around is going to make me feel any better.
Huh?
Oh, hey, you guys. What can I do for you?
Well,
We were going to ask you the exact same thing. Renan sent us to talk to you. Said you had a favor to ask. Favor? What favor? Oh, I know. You know Iglia Wastes? There's a Zoogle there I want you to take care of. For now, we've managed to contain and block it off the roads, but who knows when it'll break loose and start causing trouble again.
alright.
Makes sense. I'm guessing you want us to go in and make sure that never happens. More or less. Yeah, I'm not asking you to do it, Alphen. I want Law to take care of it instead. Me? Really? You got a problem with that? No, it's not that, but...
Alright.
Good, and we gotta work as soon as possible. If you need to break the barrier to get it done, that's fine too. Anyway, that's all for me. Don't let me down, you hear?
I guess.
What's with these guys? First Renan starts acting weird, and now Nafe. It's me. This is because I got my dad killed. Law. No, it's fine. It's the least I can do after what I put these guys through. I'll be back.
Got it.
Nobody said we couldn't help you. We'll come too. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try to solo this one. I don't care how many braves they send to retake this castle. They won't get it back over my dead body. Did I somehow miss this guy last time? Huh. Ball steps, owl. Bell Maiden Shield.
I see you've got your relics all lined up again. What are you doing? Huh? They're so bright now.
Oh, it's you two. I was merely tending to my collection.
Don't you think you've polished them enough by now?
You take better care of your relics than you do yourself.
I try to take good care of them. However, no matter how much work I put in, it refused to respond.
I thought you could hear their voices somehow.
I can, but that's all I can do with them. I can't actually engage in conversation with them. Not yet.
What are they saying? Did they really want you to polish them that much?
You're right. I was so enraptured with them, I may have selfishly failed to consider their own wishes. I must open my mind and sincerely engage with them in earnest.
He never gets tired of his relics, does he?
Nope. It is interesting to look at them when they're all lined up together like this, though. Like how these two have similar designs. It makes me wonder if they were made in the same period.
An excellent observation. Yes, I too suspect they're somehow intimately related as well.
I don't see what you two are talking about at all.
What's this? Why, that smear wasn't there previously. Could it be responding to my voice at long last? It's rather viscous and has a distinct aroma to it.
Hootle! These relics are no place for you to do your business. Whew! I'm serious! These are priceless pieces of history!
Come on, Dohalim. Let's go wash your hands before you catch anything weird.
Hoo.
Vivid Sphere.
Hoo.
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zugolin that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zugol pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zugol's gone, right? So what does it matter?
Oh, we came. Nate told me to expect you. You'll find the Zugol spur ahead. Be careful with them.
Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zugol like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zugol, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
Think we can take that thing?
No way. Forget about it.
This won't be easy.
Alright, this boss is actually quite fast for its size.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free.
It does cast quite a bit, but if Rinwell can fill up quick enough, she might be able to keep it from casting at all, at least until it's over-limiting.
For the weak point.
Because I'm just spamming Alfin's boost attack a lot. The longer that thing stays alive, the more likely it is to one-shot everyone because of its high level.
Blew away. Raining slash. Blew away.
The enemy wields
I don't know why Dohalim is getting so close and whacking it with his staff.
Don't mind if I do.
Might with blackened blade.
I really wish Rinwell would not close in on the enemy when doing if you use her as an ally like that. When using her boost attack. That just makes things more complicated. Yeah, there are a lot of design flaws that to prevent. Like, they might not be flaws, but rather intentional to prevent the triple mage strategy from working as effectively. Yeah, the whole closing in on the enemy thing might be intentional for the mages. Because there's no reason Rinwell should ever get close. I feel like Shionne and Dohalim should be able to use theirs at a longer distance if possible. Also, for some reason, when it falls down, it lands really far away from Alfin. It's really weird. Are you doing it on purpose so I can't just go back to spamming my attack?
I can carve through armor! Mystical dash! On your knees!
Blew away. Double demon fang.
Raining Slash, since it does only one hit, I don't think it's as efficient for trying to fill up the boost gauge. Maybe I should have just spammed more multi-hit attack.
Resonate with the earth! Blew away!
That way I can boost against the enemy again. Yeah, it casts a lot in the first phase, but less so in the second phase. It actually makes it harder because you won't be able to get free downs with Rinwell.
Double demon fang.
It's weakened.
Smash you. This ends now.
Maybe best to wait for it to fall down completely before having Law do anything. Otherwise, it might fall out of his hitbox.
Don't mind if I do.
Now, negative gate. Double demon fang. The flame inside me yearns to be let free. Execution.
I really should have been braver and tried to spam Incineration Wave more. But I got too scared. As a result, I did not make good time on this boss. Also, I may have mistaken used the elemental attack up food instead of a defense up food, so that probably killed my survivability a bit as well. But considering its massive stat advantage, I don't know if it would make a difference. I may be better off just going for the best off magic boosting foods just because I'm doing the triple mage strategy anyways. And I think Alpha's elemental attacks will still benefit from it and from the magic boost.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free. Raining execution.
It always lands too far away for Raining Slash. That is very annoying.
Confiscated. Got me.
Ready and ready!
and it somehow got cursed? That was not a good time to use the boost attack. That was wasted because of the way the halfway point works.
Here's a healing art. Incineration wave.
Oh, I got crit with that one. I'm still at a huge disadvantage.
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Good thing tidal wave doesn't hit the whole field like in Vesperia, but still.
Try harder.
Ugh. It's really dangerous in over limit, especially when it does a charge attack.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Ah, I always mess up the dodge at the last second.
Right. Sounds like here's the lightning to
Okay, core broken.
Won't escape me.
Magic is aid!
Thanks, Shionne.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I really should have come back later. I'm at way too low of a level for this.
Negative gate.
Ugh. There's an electric field around itself too.
Ready and rare. Healing circle. Lunarongo. Resonate with you.
I'm sorry to trouble.
You do the same for me.
And sometimes the game does not respond when I try to push 2 buttons for the Mystic Art, which is really annoying. I really wish they would just let us just use the L trigger for activating a Mystic Art. Just one simple button. That way it'll be much easier than just trying to hold down 2 of the art buttons. I feel like that would have been way better design. And Dolim died. Just gonna use a life bottle. At this point, I'm so low level that I might as well just take whatever I can get, even if it means sloppier victories. No one's paying me for getting super optimal victories, so fuck it. No one's holding me accountable at all. So I'm just gonna win however the fuck I feel like. Even if it means spamming Demon Fang for 1 hour.
This one's all mine. Negative gate. Rending you off. Burn.
Explosion! Thunderblade! One more time!
You're mine.
Here's a healing art!
Ready and ready.
And over limited the moment it got up, of course.
Don't get cocky!
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Ah, didn't dodge at the right time.
Right. Sounds like a plan to me.
Maybe I should just put the game on auto whenever... Actually, I just realized, if I put the game on auto, wouldn't that just force Alphen to go into perfect dodging mode during the enemy over limit as well? That could be a thing I could try in the future if I find the enemy way too annoying to dodge manually. Yes, that would allow me to at least save, prevent having to use his hit point to KO prevention skill. Yes, I think that should be my go-to in the future in case I deal with another such boss. Yes, if it's too annoying for me to dodge, then I'll just put Alphen in auto temporarily. Yes. If the do nothing strategy would apply to him too, thus giving me the edge I need to win. Doesn't have much hit points left, but its defenses are higher during over limit. So, fuck you and your over limit. You're not getting another turn.
In an instant. Impact Claw.
Huh? What's a letter doing in a place like this?
Hell if I know. I highly doubt that Zoogle was trying to guard it. Still, somebody must have left it for some... Law.
Huh? What's up?
Something up?
It's from my old man. My dear son, I wonder how things will be between us by the time you read this.
In any case, I first want to congratulate you on all that you've accomplished. Making it this far requires a strong body, fine technique, an unwavering spirit, and most of all, friends that you can count on. If you have all of that, then I, as your father, have nothing to worry about. Those things together will always keep you on the right path. That brings me to what I really wish to discuss with you. As with all of us, there will someday come a time when you'll be a grown man who can and must think and act for himself. Whether you'll live in a world where blood will no longer be spilled between Dahnans and Renans, or when that day arrives, nobody can say. But even if peace still eludes us then, you'll have to decide how to live in this world. Listen to others with an open heart, but don't be swept away by their words. Always live on your terms. One more thing. If I ever see you again, I hope to say this to you in person, but neither of us knows what tomorrow may bring. Know this. Whatever you think of me and what I've done, your mother and I love you very, very much.
And there's nothing in this whole world that will ever change that. Your father, Zephyr.
Zephyr.
I can't believe he's only telling me all this after he's gone. What am I supposed to do with this?
Zephyr once told me that living freely meant being your own master. I think he wanted to make sure you know how he felt one way or another. What you do with that knowledge is up to you.
But that still doesn't explain why his father left that letter for him here, of all places.
Don't forget, we were led to this place. We may well get some answers if we go back to the source of all this.
Okay, astral flower. That was painful and horrible. From the looks of it, I take it you guys found the letter.
Hey.
We sure did. Did you guys put it there? Nope, Zephyr did, as soon as Law ran away. He left it there in case something ended up happening to him, and he wouldn't get a chance to see Law again. The way him and Law were reunited, he never saw that one coming. Hey, Shimp kid, you still don't think we blame you for what happened to him, do you? Look, I won't lie to you, it really hurts losing a man like Zephyr. He was a part of all of us, you know? When you're in the business of fighting the Renans like we are, you're always prepared to lose friends and more along the way. Knowing Zephyr, I'm guessing he didn't write you a very long letter, am I right? You know, when your parents met, your mom was the Resistance fighter too, do you know that?
I guess...
I figured it out. The reason she pulled out of the front lines was because she had you. She would stay behind and protect you while your father would fight twice as hard for the two of you. That was the deal anyway. There was only one time your old man broke it, and that was when he went to find medicine to cure your mom's illness. Needless to say, he didn't get it to her before she died. That's the only time I know in all those years when he acted for selfish reasons.
No way.
I had no idea. He never told me about that. Because of the show, he never forgot about you or your mom the whole time. He still loved you both deeply.
Damn.
Yeah, I guess I just took that and threw it all away, I guess. So what's your plan? Now that you know how your father really felt about you. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But one thing's for sure. I'm going to grow up to be a man that both my parents can be proud of.
Alright.
Good answer. In that case, I've got something else to give you. That's the ring Zephyr was holding onto, isn't it? That's my mom's. It's yours, kid. You're ready. Don't waste the life your parents fought so hard to give you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I won't. Thanks, you two. Zephyr's ring. It's an accessory. Dawn braces. Torchbearer. Increase normal attack limit.
You okay, Law? You seem kind of quiet.
I'm fine. Just feels a little weird returning home now that my dad's not here, I guess. Oh man, sorry. I didn't mean to bum you out too.
So I guess that means you'll be visiting your dad's grave while you're here. Right, Law?
His grave? What are you, nuts? There is no grave. The Renan would only destroy it the moment they found it.
Back before Calaglia was liberated, dead slaves would be dumped in mass burial sites. Either that or thrown on top of a bonfire. We got used to cremating our own to deny them the pleasure. Then we'd sprinkle the ashes from high up as a way of returning them to the motherland.
It's all we could do. That's the ceremony we had when my mom died, too.
But that was back then, right? Calaglia is liberated now. There's nothing to stop you from raising a true grave anymore.
I suppose you've got a point. Once you've been doing something for generations, though, it sort of begins to take root. It's a tradition of its own now.
My dad wouldn't want that anyway. Cheap and simple, he'd say. Besides, I can't treat him differently than my mom. They might not end up meeting on the other side.
I hadn't thought of it like that. Wow, imagine. The two of them reunited, back home where they belong. They're probably watching over us right now, at one with great Dahna. There's something almost poetic about it.
That's why I can't afford to screw up. If I know my pops, something as paltry as death won't stop him from coming to box my ears. Still, better than being left alone, I guess. Better than never knowing. You hear that, Dad? I'll make you proud. You'll see. Hey, Rinwell, tell me about your parents. What were they like?
They were kind. That's the part I like to remember. They could also be strict, though, especially when it came to magic. I never understood why I had to work so hard to learn magic. Why we couldn't just be done with it and live openly like everyone else. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. Of course, if I'd had known that one day I'd be doing this, I would have taken my studies more seriously. What about your parents?
Same deal. Run through the mill. Told constantly that training was the only way to survive in a world like this. It got bad enough that I ended up running away and siding with the Renans of all people. And now, I've got that training to thank for being alive.
I know how that feels.
The first time we met, you risked using your magic to stop me from kicking my dad's ass. You could have done anything else. You could have ignored it. So, why?
Yeah, I guess something about Zephyr reminded me of my own father.
You don't say. So, did your pops and mine look a lot like each other?
Not really. Not at all, in fact. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a resemblance, I guess.
Wow. Well, I won't pretend I understand, but I'm glad. Your dad must have been a great guy.
He was.
Maybe it's the snow soaking up all the sound, but something about Cislodia always feels mysterious to me. Solemn, almost.
When it comes to solemnity, I'd say our own Autelina Palace is no slouch.
I won't argue with you there. Still, that azure tint of the shadows on the silvery white snow, it has a certain indescribable quality.
Indeed. It was boorish of me to even suggest such a comparison.
All I know is it's freaking cold. Still, more pleasant now that the locals aren't quite as frosty towards us.
Well, excuse me if I'm too frosty for your warm self.
Oh, come on! You know I didn't mean you. Besides, really, I'm the one who...
How about we stop getting hung up on the past for a change? Take what you've learned and put it to use in the future instead.
An unexamined past can be just as dangerous in its own right.
Better that than obsessing over it like a certain someone I know.
Kisara doesn't mince her words, does she?
I could say the same thing about one or two of the other women around here.
Tell me about it.
I think I'll refrain from commenting on this one.
Poodle, I've got some dried fish for you. You want some?
Forget that. Doesn't some tasty red meat sound better, boy?
Hey! Stop trying to coax him away with treats. Get your own adorable sidekick if you're so desperate for one.
He appears to enjoy being the center of attention.
Funny how things change. He and Rinwell used to be joined at the hip, or shoulder to talon.
It's not just Hootle who's become more trusting. Isn't that so, Rinwell?
They do say pets and their owners act alike. I suppose since we've been together, I've done my share of coming out of my own shell too.
Well then, I guess with you and Hootle, that makes us all one big happy family.
Sometimes when I'm deep in thought, Hootle will come over and sit next to me. I only wish I could actually pet him.
Oh, you will someday. You won't believe how soft he is.
Wish I had that problem. I'm lucky if I can so much as look at old Featherbrain without him trying to claw me to ribbons.
Really? He seems tame enough around everyone else. Maybe it's just Hootle's way of establishing dominance?
That's dogs, not owls.
What's going on when Hootle pecks at you?
I don't know. Like when I'm talking to Rinwell, it's like he's trying to muscle me out or something. Unless... Wait, you don't suppose I make him jealous?
Come again?
Ow! Get off of me, you insecure fluffball!
I rather think they make a good comedic pairing.
Wow, it's even split down the middle, just like with Ganabelt's clothes. Broken machine gun.
What a wonderful treasure this is.
I think Hootle senses something.
Ancient excavator.
What a wonderful treasure this is.
Everything okay there, big guy? You look kinda pissed.
I'll say. He looks like he wants to bite the head off something.
What's eating at you? Come on, Alphen. You're gonna bring us all down if you keep that ferocious scowl on.
Oh, sorry. Do I really look that ticked off?
Yeah, it kinda makes you hard to talk to. So, what's bothering you?
It's a pebble.
A pebble?
Snuck its way into the back of my boot. I can't seem to get rid of it.
Oh, I totally get you. Weird how much it can get on your nerves, huh?
Yeah, it's barely bigger than a grain of sand. So how come it feels like I'm walking around on hot nails?
You know, maybe this is a crazy solution, but you could just take your boot off and give it a shake.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, of course. You're right. Phew. It's like I've been given a new lease on life. Thanks for the tip, Shionne.
Seemed kind of obvious, but you're welcome? That's the trouble with windy places. All that fine debris ends up getting into your hair and clothes.
Alphen, is it just me, or have you become extra sensitive ever since getting your sense of pain back?
Now that you mention it, the other night at camp, there was a fly buzzing around that annoyed him so much, he unsheathed the blazing sword.
So much for sensitive. That's just being a Mr. Cranky Pants.
Nothing new on that front, then.
What's the matter, Alphen? You look a little tense.
It's nothing, really.
He wants to get angry, but knows that doing so would only prove our point. Hence the building frustration showing plainly on his face.
Would you stop analyzing things for 1 minute?
Point taken.
Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Tales of Arise. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.